Since its inauguration in 2007, the Prix Pictet has championed photography in the realm of sustainability. With its annual prize of 100,000 Swiss francs, Banque Pictet is philanthropically investing in an invaluable but often unrewarded beacon of enlightenment. Each year, the award is centred around a distinct theme, and this year's theme is power.
Once you've covered water, in a sense, you've covered everything. You can connect anything with water. And indeed, the winner of the first Prix Pictet had no water in his series at all. Then we turned to Earth, and the winner of Earth was about water. It was the Yangtze. But when you've done Earth and water, I mean, you kind of think, well, if we do fire and air, we're kind of covering the same ground. That was when we moved to growth. And growth was the first of the more kind of paradoxical, a little more abstract concepts. And we loved the way that stimulated all sorts of responses from the artists who looked at, the paradox of growth, the good sides of growth, the bad sides, the consequences of uninhibited expansion. And so then, for the fourth year, we thought, well, how can we kind of follow that idea of picking something that's both abstract enough to be interpreted in lots of different ways and have this, this paradoxical element, So we alighted on power.
The 12 shortlisted photographers were drawn from 10 countries on 4 different continents. And such is the extraordinary commitment of photographers who choose to work in this field that each and every nominee was applauded by Lord Foster, who this year handed out the honours.
We can talk intellectually about sustainability. We can use words, we can write a thesis on it, we can have a debate. But when you see these images on the subject, they are so powerful, so moving, that it really gets to the heart of the issue of sustainability, of survival, the very survival of the species, our society, future generations. So there's a kind of raw power in the image. And these are true artists, and they have incredible integrity. I mean, they tell you how it is. In the process, it's often disturbing. Sometimes it's beautiful in an abstract way, but it really touches a nerve.
The 2012 Prix Pictet award ceremony took place at the Saatchi Gallery in London, a fitting space for an exhibition where the boundaries between art and photojournalism are blurred to powerful effect. Like the dramatic work of Spanish photographer Daniel Beltra, whose portfolio Spill documents the world's largest marine oil spill following the explosion of BP's rig in the Gulf of Mexico. There's a disturbing beauty in the toxic spill that from afar looks like luscious brushstrokes of oil paint.
It's something I play with because I find also that the majority of the people are very tired to see catastrophes, and it's all horrible, and so it's a way to attract a different crowd. And the fact that the art world is a bit interested in this kind of work is phenomenal because it gives a full new life to the project, and that we have a way to attract a different crowd that probably will not be so interested. So many times I had in exhibitions people coming and just walking and looking at the colors or the shapes of the abstract forms on the images, and they come and they're interested and they start looking at them, and then they think, oh, and they step back and say, that's the oil spill, that's horrible. So, well, but at least I got your interest now, so which is what I want to have.
They share a common theme, but interpretations of power in relation to sustainability are as varied as the world's response to it. From the power of nature, as chronicled by Philippe Chancel in the aftermath of the tsunami in Fukushima, to the powerlessness of leaders to effect change, as photographed by Joel Sternfeld. And it's the power of the human spirit that is at the heart of Rena Effendi's hauntingly beautiful series, Still Life in the Zone. 26 years after the Chernobyl disaster, her camera captured the daily lives of those still living in the nuclear landscape.
Actually, for me, power had a slightly dual meaning, so it's in a way it has two sides, the nuclear power and also the awesomeness of the human will to survive, to go on and adapt to any situation, any difficult situation, and at the same time the power of homeland, because these women, they've survived the disaster, and a few days or weeks after the disaster they've chosen to return home because that pull, the emotional pull of homeland.
The winner of this year's prize went to French photographer Luc Delahaye. Known for his large-scale coloured works depicting conflict, he's interested in depicting the world not as it is, but as it should be, or as it should not be. And in a world swirling around in noise and imagery, the stillness of photography has the power to do just that, and more.
It's amazing that with the common medium of a camera, whether it's film or whether it's digital, the variety, the different ways in which the subject is interpreted is insightful and moving at the same time. So in a sense it rewards the artist, but I think the incredible thing about this series and about the award is really at a public level, at a lay level, because what is sustainability? You can interpret it in so many different ways. You can read an article in a newspaper, you can see a headline about Kyoto, but when you see these images, it really brings it home.
In London, for Monocle, I'm Jacqueline Hassink.